The house on the outskirts. Marina and her husband Anton had long dreamed of moving into their own house in the countryside. Finally, they found the perfect place, a large old house on the edge of a village. It was cheaper than they expected, but the owner warned them that the house had a history. Smiling, he added, "Old walls sometimes keep secrets." The couple laughed it off, deciding it was just a sales tactic to make the house seem mysterious. A few weeks later, they moved in. The first night. That night, Marina woke up to a strange noise. It sounded like someone quietly walking down the hallway. She woke Anton, but he dismissed it. "It's an old house. The floors creak. Go back to sleep." However, the next morning, they both noticed something strange. There were footprints in the dusty hallway floor, as if someone had walked through barefoot. "Probably ours," Anton said uncertainly, though they both knew the floor had been cleaned the night before. The mirror. On the third day, while cleaning the living room, Marina noticed an old mirror in a massive frame. It was tucked into a corner and covered in dust. She wiped it clean, and as she looked into it, she froze. In the reflection, she saw herself, but a shadow flitted behind her. She quickly turned around. No one was there. When Anton came home, she told him about it, but he waved it off. "You're probably just tired. Get some rest." The basement knocking. A week later, Anton started noticing strange things too. One night, he woke up to a dull knocking sound. It seemed to be coming from the basement. Grabbing a flashlight, he went to investigate. As he descended, a chilling cold enveloped him, far colder than the rest of the house. In the corner of the basement, he saw an old dusty chest. He hadn't noticed it before. As he approached, the knocking stopped. He tried to open the chest, but it was locked. Strange, he thought, deciding to check it out in the morning. Marina's dreams. Marina started having disturbing dreams. She dreamt of wandering through the house, but the rooms felt unfamiliar. In one of them, she saw an old woman with gray hair standing by a mirror. The woman was whispering something, but the words were inaudible. When Marina tried to move closer, the old woman turned sharply, her face cracking like porcelain about to shatter. Marina would wake up screaming, but Anton would only grumble, "You're imagining things." The chest opens one night. Anton again heard knocking from the basement. This time, when he went down, the chest was slightly ajar. Inside, he found old letters and photographs. One of the photos showed a family standing in front of the house. The woman in the picture was the same one Marina had described from her dreams. Among the papers, Anton found a letter written in hurried handwriting. It read, "This house is cursed. I didn't want to do it, but I had no choice. If you're reading this, don't look in the mirror." The mirror comes alive. Left alone in the house, Marina once again approached the mirror. This time, it felt like her gaze was being drawn to it. In the reflection, she didn't see herself but the old woman. The woman slowly raised her hand and pointed behind Marina. Marina turned around, but the room was empty. When she looked back at the mirror, the reflection no longer followed her movements. It began moving closer, as if trying to step out of the mirror. She screamed and ran out of the room. The climax. When Anton returned, he found Marina sitting on the floor. She was staring into space, whispering, "She's here. She wants to come out." They decided to leave the house. While packing their belongings, the mirror suddenly fell and shattered. But instead of shards of glass, a strange black liquid oozed out and slowly seeped into the floorboards. The couple never returned to the house. They moved to the city, but Marina occasionally saw the woman in reflections. She would stand behind her, whispering, "You're mine. You'll come back."